Chapter 6, Hawkins Mansion. Pierce woke up in an asylum installed in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. He met Dr. Colton, a female friend of Bradley, who helped him to escape. Wandering through the corridors of the place where Dr. Fuller reigned supreme, Pierce was able to talk to a man called Francis Sanders. Before dying in full view of the detective, he accused Sarah Hawkins of being the cause of his torments. Pierce finally left the accursed building accompanied by Bradley and Colton. The companions of misfortune decided to use the Hawkins Mansion as a hideout. But what? Oh. Oh. Hi. That's not terrifying at all.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Alright, so before we get that, I finally reached the stairs that lead to the first floor of the Riverside Institute. By the way, this is a day later from when we were in the asylum. But on the way, I inhaled some gas that was leaking from a damaged pipe and I passed out. I remember Bradley, alive? Really? Who was talking to me? I came into the Hawkins Mansion. I must understand what I'm doing here and what happens next. We picked up a bunch of CPs. So I'm just going to pump it into investigation because goodness knows I need it. Insanity. 2 more things. Macabre mental trauma. Macabre discovery. Searching through the cellars of the Riverside Institute, Pierce entered a room that he first took for a morgue, but the advanced stage of decay of the corpses that lay about the place quickly make him realize that he was wrong. Nothing could justify the presence of such a charnel house in a hospital. The putrid smell and a total absence of respect for human life, as witnessed by this room, profoundly shocked Pierce, costing him some of his sanity. Did that to Francis Sanders, that would cause anybody to go crazy. The weirdness of Francis Sanders' death went far beyond anything Pierce had ever seen. Lifted off his feet by an invisible force, the poor man's body was carried into the air before being thrown violently against the bars of his hiding place. Pierce, powerless, watched the limbs break and Sanders' body crumble to the ground. During long moments of agony, the detective saw nothing that could explain this event. Weakened by his wounds and the operations he could remember undergoing, Pierce begins to question his ability to tell the difference between reality and the nightmares that haunt him. Our sanity is now shaken. The ordeals you have gone through have left their mark, but you still manage as best you can. You can keep your mind busy in order to chase away doubts and painful memories. You still have some way to go. Who knows where your mind could lead you along the paths of insanity. Whoops. We'll switch over to Darkwater here. Inhabitants. Deceased. 47 art dealer, Francis Sanders knew Sarah Hawkins so well that he accused her of being the source of his suffering. The man gouged his eyes out with his own hands and smeared the walls of his cell with esoteric symbols. He seemed to be obsessed with the shambler linked to Sarah Hawkins. He died before my eyes in circumstances that I cannot explain. And excuse me. Oops. And places the cellars of the Riverside Institute. Strictly speaking, I didn't spend much time in the hospital. When I woke up, I was immensely transferred into the cellars of the Institute, a sort of clandestine asylum, where Dr. Fuller carried out his experiments on patients without being troubled. Unknown machines sit by anatomical drawings that are disturbing, to say the least. I just managed to escape from this place. I might not have as much luck another time. And inventory. Knowledge. We did pick up a couple more medical books, which means... Oops. Scroll through here. Medicine's at 32%. I will actually take it. I do not know where these two are going.
I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colton have to say about all this.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
Okay. If I can... Nope.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the Force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things that I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
I don't have enough of that. What I had to endure.
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller. And a nurse. Blood. Everywhere. My legs. The pain. I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed... demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients at the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
the rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital, and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Okay, well I can't access that one because it's grayed out. Talk to Dr. Coleman.
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Did he found
Given
Riverside?
the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
committed.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
I have no idea, but I might be onto a lead.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
That's different.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Will
Very
affect
well.
my destiny.
I'll
Oh.
go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I don't plan on it.
I'll do my best.
All right. The Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. It's undeniable. The widow didn't tell me everything, but her house I haven't even been to the house yet. How do I know that? What we got ourselves is Dr. Fuller, 52, Riverside Senior Physician. Dr. Fuller reigns as the undisputed master of the Riverside Institute and of its cellars, in which he carries out illegal experiments on his patients. I don't know what he has done to me, but I shouldn't be back on my feet so soon after my fall when the tunnels under the Hawkins mansion caved in. This man is dangerous, and I'd swear that he knows more about all this business than he's willing to tell. Alright, so now I gotta get out of here.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
You're telling me. You should be dead. No, I'm not gonna have a drink. No. I've already ruined the... there's an achievement I was looking through the achievements a while back. There's an achievement that says don't take a drink. Well, I took one at the very beginning, and that affected everything. So. Alright, let us go. Actually, you know what? I know this part might be a little short, but I think I am going to go ahead and end the stream. This seems like a very perfect opportunity to stop. So, thank you so much for joining me on the stream. I know I currently have 0 viewers, and that's okay. But thank you for joining me on this journey. Excuse me, we've made some progress. Yeah, this VOD will go up on YouTube, so it's going to be in a little bit better shape than the... find my mouse here. Oh yeah, it's going to be much better than the frame rate I'm seeing right now. In fact, the frame rate is garbage. So, if you want to check this frame rate problem-free come find this on YouTube Saturday night, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I'll have these uploaded as fast as I can. Looks like these are going to be uploaded through the end of April. So I'll be back within a day or two to do some Pokemon Shield, so I have the next 3 weeks for that up and going. But until then, I'm the Bowmeister, and as always, I have been obediently yours. Have a wonderful day.